Hello and welcome. My name is Gerome Howard Jr., a solution consultant with OneTenth Consulting, which is a certified Salesforce partner. And in this video, we're going to be diving into the powerful world of the Salesforce Nonprofit Cloud, which is a platform and product designed specifically to empower nonprofits in their missions work. And in this session, we're going to be exploring 3 essential components that elevate program management and stakeholder engagement: program cohorts, managing sessions, and note-taking. Here on the first slide, we're going to be covering program cohorts. Program cohorts are used to group participants within a nonprofit program who share common characteristics or goals. And these cohorts allow organizations to manage and track participant progress collectively. For example, a summer 2024 cohort for a cooking class. There are some key features that should be highlighted here, which are segmentation, which easily create and manage different cohorts based on criteria such as program type, location, demographic, or interest. Some of the things are age group, geographic areas of program focus, metrics and reporting. So Salesforce has very powerful and robust reporting features. And within program cohorts, we can monitor cohort performance, retention rates, and outcomes, and understand which cohorts are thriving and where additional support is needed. Lastly is personalized communication, where we can send targeted messages to specific cohorts. And this could be updating all members of a cohort for a particular cooking class about an update to the schedule for upcoming sessions. The next slide, we're going to be covering managing sessions. And we're specifically going to be focusing on adding and removing participants. And we have the ability to do so within the nonprofit cloud very easily. And we can add participants that are part of a program already or not. They could be a constituent within our Salesforce database, and we can add them as needed. We also have the ability to remove program participants, and this could be the case where a participant drops out or no longer needs to attend a session. For example, going back to the introduction to cooking class, they've already mastered that particular skill and they need to be put into a more intermediate class. We have the ability to do so, and they could be removed from that particular session or future workshops as well. The final slide here is going to be note-taking, and in the nonprofit cloud there's very robust note-taking features, and we have the ability to record interactions with clients, donors, other stakeholders, and we can consolidate all information from various sources into a single data entry screen. And like I mentioned before, we can do this all within the Salesforce Nonprofit Cloud. And an example of this would be, consider a nonprofit engaging with a major donor, and during a meeting the members on the call discuss funding priorities, impact metrics, and potential collaboration in the future. They can take all that information in and relate that to the particular constituent that they were meeting with. And now it's time for a demo, and I'm going to take on the persona of a program manager, where I'm going to create a program cohort and use it to group program participants. I'm also going to be removing participants from a session that has unenrolled from a service. And lastly, I'm going to be taking detailed notes on an interaction with a major donor. Now we are logged in and accessing Salesforce. And to start, it's important to call out the program management homepage, where there's a bunch of helpful components for, specifically in this scenario, a program manager, where we can see indicator performance periods. We can also see recently viewed benefits or services. We can also see to the right of that are the recently viewed programs. And we can also see the task associated with this particular user. And right here we have today's task currently filtered. We can also filter on my task, which we can mark these off as they are completed, and that will show up on those particular records. We can see all of the overdue tasks. We can see all the tasks completed within the last 7 days as well. Below that we have upcoming sessions, which we're going to touch on in a second, but we can see all of the upcoming sessions for all of our services that are offered through our organization. First, we're going to start with programs, and we're going to start in the nutrition education program, where we're going to create a program cohort. And to do that easily, we just access the program, we use the related list within the Salesforce Nonprofit Cloud. And we see program cohorts here, which currently there are 0. So we're going to click New. We're going to name this program cohort as Summer 2024 class. We're going to say this is a planned cohort as it's due to start 2 weeks from now. We're going to click Save. And currently we see here that there are 0 members within this program cohort. We can easily add members by going to the Related tab here, clicking New, finding a constituent that is already within Salesforce as a program enrollment that is already enrolled into the nutrition education program. For example, this is Aaron Bass. We're going to say that Aaron Bass is part of this Summer 2024 class, and we're going to save this. Now, when we go back to the program cohort, what we're going to see is that the current member count is now updated to 1, and as we remove any members as well, this number will be updated. Next, we're going to go to the adding and removing attendees from a particular session. And to easily do that, we're going to go to the 7:15 Monday class here. And we're going to be met with the attendance component here, where we see all the attendees that are set to attend this particular session on Monday for the cooking class. And to add participants, we will click the button up here in the top right. Now we can see all of the program enrollments, so anyone that is enrolled within the nutrition education program, we can see them here. Currently all of the members are already enrolled. We have here the accounts that are within our Salesforce environment, and these are all the constituents that are currently in our Salesforce database, and we can add them as needed. So for example, I'm going to add Aaron Carpenter as a participant to this particular session. We could easily remove participants as well by using the Remove Participant button. What we're going to see is all of the benefit assignment records here. So we see everyone that is assigned to this particular service, and all we would have to do is select the checkbox. We could select many as well, and we have 2 options here. We can remove from this particular session, or we can remove from this session and also following sessions. And lastly, we're going to be looking into taking detailed notes from a meeting that we had with a major donor. And to do so, I'm going back to the home page. I'm going to access the accounts object, and I'm going to go to Aaron Carpenter. And let's say Aaron Carpenter is a major donor within our organization, and we want to track meeting notes that we had in a previous call. To do so, I'm on Aaron Carpenter's record here, and I'm going to go to interaction notes here on the right and click create new interaction note. And this is going to bring up a page that includes many different objects in Salesforce and allow us to have a single screen where we can input information into each one of those. So here we can enter any notes, and we can upload and attach any files as needed as well. We can indicate if there are any next steps from the call. We can title this interaction as meeting notes. We can say what the interaction was. For this, I'm going to say this was a conference. Actually, let's say this is I would add meeting as a drop down here, but for this example, I'm just going to use phone call. We could say what time the meeting was at. Let's say it was at 11 a.m. today. We can relate this to another record within our Salesforce environment. So it could be a benefit assignment record. And there's multiple other ones here as well that we can relate it to. We see Aaron Carpenter is already pre-filled in because we created this new interaction note from their record in Salesforce. We could add any interest tags that we may have. And for this, I would say this is a major donor. We can add attendee details. And lastly, we could share this with users. So if we have other users within our organization that we would like to share the notes with directly, we can do so by adding a group, or we can do it at a user level. After we fill in all the relevant information needed to capture our meeting notes, we can save this interaction summary, and it will be populated here on Aaron Carpenter's record, where we can historically track all the interactions that we've had with a particular constituent, in this case, a major donor. And that's going to do it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, connect with me through my email as well, or find OneTenth Consulting's website. And looking forward to speaking with you, and thanks so much.